Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to dominate on Elise jungle. This is actually a pretty good matchup for us. Kayn in the early game is no issue for Elise. Any jungler that is weak or that is not exceptional early has absolutely no chance at soloing Elise, which is exactly what we are looking for. Elise tends to struggle in the late game, so we're gonna be making sure to get as many objectives as possible. Without securing objectives early, we have no insurance whatsoever the game's outcome. We just have to hope our team's good and we can end pre kind of 20-30 minute mark. We have our W, we're gonna get it down. We're a bit late, but we're still here kind of fast enough. Try to let our Spiderlings tank a little bit. Would have been nice if Caitlyn could have leashed, but you know how it is. Or I should say MF. We're gonna swap back to Spider form, use our W. We'll do our Gromp now. Kind of back a bit. Get it with our Q, W. Let our Spiderlings tank the Gromp here for a second, if possible. Gromp doesn't really seem too interested, believe it or not. Spiderlings just aren't up to his taste. There are some times like that with the Spiderlings where monsters will just arbitrarily choose not to attack them. Those situations just finish the camp off, but in general, you do want to cycle your Spiderlings because whenever you use your abilities in human form, you will be getting your Spiderlings back. You can open up with the W and a Q, swap Spider form, Q, W. After you tank for a bit, let your Spiderlings tank. Gonna hit it with the W, the Q, and we're gonna finish it off. Now we can go top lane, pressure a gank. At least this is typically what your jungle route's going to look like. We both have 12 CS, except watch this. I'm way stronger than he is. Absolutely destroy him 1v1. Looks like Garen actually flashed. I'm going to keep my red buff autos on him. Got him. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, the enemy mid laner is missing. I don't know if Ari's in that bush, but she is currently missing. Alright, she's back mid lane. Perfect. That is an ideal situation for Elise. Her 1v1s and 2v2s, once she's level 3 with double buffs, is quite good. If you have no plan whatsoever of invading the enemy jungler, which you should, then you can actually include wolves into your first clear, so a 4 camp clear. Normally 3 camp clear is going to be your best option though. We hit her with our stun. Got a lot of damage on her. We got our Dark Harvest stack as well. We're going to be hard pushing for this Scuttle Crab. We do still have red buff, so we could easily pressure the Kayn. If you're in a tougher 1v1 matchup, perhaps a Graves. Oh. This guy's getting feisty. I do still have my red buff. Yeah, I'm going to get my red buff on him. He's feeling real tough. Oh, he got me, dude. No way, dude. Yes, that's the one downside to Elise in human form is your spells cost mana. We actually ran out of a bit of mana there. We'll wait for our Dark Seal and then we'll go pwn this guy. Alright, there we go. So yeah, the one downside, mana in human form, spider form, everything is free. Also, spider form you can propel to plants. I was actually thinking about maybe propelling to the Gromp, but just thought I could fight him outright. Didn't quite pan out though. I'll come top lane. It's a big wave. Trinmere should be able to freeze it. Maybe entice Garen. Garen's gonna have to though. He's gonna have to step up. Or Trinmere can just freeze it. Garen. Alright. Garen made his choice. We'll go push into Kayn's jungle. He pushed into mine. He did have a massive HP lead when he started to fight us. Another thing I messed up on, I used my cocoon way too early. You want to try to save your cocoon until you're in melee or until you know for a fact you can land it. Once you have blue smite, it is a bit easier. If you're in a tougher 1v1 matchup, then you can go for red smite. Got his Gromp. I do want to go top side though. This gank looks really free. Garen doesn't have his flash. Trinity might just kill him outright. Yeah. That's free. Trinmere got both of those kills out of that fight, so he's at a pretty steep advantage right now over the Garen. He is doing just fine. I'm gonna walk up. I want to hit the whole camp with my W to apply my 100 talisman burn. Kite it back. Hit it with our W. Go over to our wolves. We're gonna be rushing down jungle item, and then you're gonna want to get Sork shoes. Then you're typically gonna want to get an Oblivion Orb and a Morello if they have healing. If they don't have healing, then you can just sit on the Oblivion Orb. They have enough healing for me to justify it. With the Bard heals and Caitlyn Fleet, Garen Conquer, or heal on passive to where I can justify the Morello. So I'll go with Morello after jungle item Sork shoes. WQ, the Gromp, take him down. There we go. Let my little spiderlings take a bit. Blue buff is up. Oh wow, ran right past him. That's unfortunate. Mid lane looking semi-gankable. He does have enough mana for R, but he doesn't have enough mana for really anything else. I'll get started on the dragon. I do have bot lane prio. I'll be pretty much full HP, full mana as well. Let my spiderlings tank if possible. They're not too interested, but each one can tank about 2 hits each, which is quite nice. Dragon decide he doesn't want any more of that. He's gonna try to reset. And we get dragon, very nice. That's gonna set us up for the late game. We'll go roll mid now. Elise, if you are ahead, if you're getting kills and stuff, you should be hitting level 6, but around 7 minute 30 or sooner. We haven't really soaked many minions and we haven't had many successful ganks, so. I might even get the Dark Harvest stack. My Q's traveling to where it's gonna hit her in base. That's unfortunate. I was just trying to get the Dark Harvest stack out of it there. But yeah, if you're not really getting any kills, and if you haven't been soaking any minion XP, you'll only be hitting level 6 around the 8 minute mark, which is definitely not ideal. Also, going for an early dragon will slow down your level 6. Luckily, level 6 isn't really a big power spike for Elise since she doesn't have an ultimate. It's not really anything of too much value. You will be putting a point in your R whenever you do hit it, but it's not like a normal champion like Fiddlesticks or Malphite where they hit level 6 and they're on a huge power spike. Tryndamere doesn't have his R. Got him. Very nice. Flashed right on my head. I don't have the tools to stay on top of him right now. I'm really not that fed. Even though I just picked up a kill, I haven't spent the gold. I'll let my spiderlings tank so I can get back more HP. And then we will go take his wolves. He'll be here in a second. Can always propel to the plant though. We're in a pretty good spot though. Looks like he's going. I don't know why Garen's even over here. That's kind of weird. I don't know where he's going. I guess he doesn't want to play top lane. I guess they're trying to lane swap back since Malzahar went top. Have my full jungle item now. We're gonna hit super hard. It's a really big power spike you have on Elise over an AD jungler since the AP jungle item is cheaper than the AD jungle item. If you check it out here, it is 125 gold cheaper than the warrior and the blood raiser. So even if you and the enemy jungler are the same, like if you're both equally far behind or equally far ahead, you should be hitting your jungle item before they are able to, which is quite nice. Looks like Kane hasn't had a chance at finishes. I can dominate him here. I'm going to hold on to my cocoon for a bit longer. I'll pressure him down with just my Q and my W. Prefer if she didn't try to steal that from me. That's alright though. I'll use my blue smite to secure it. I wanted to hold on to my blue smite. Having it is really, really nice for 1v1s and ganks, but sometimes you gotta do what it takes to get the scuttle crabs. Doing what it takes. Looks like Kane stole my wolves because he's an absolute rat. Decided he wanted to gank Zyra. Looks like that's actually panning out for him. Very surprised. There's really nothing to gank in particular. We already have first dragon. We have first herald. Oh, they got herald actually. So we have first dragon. I don't even remember them getting herald. That's so weird. I'm gonna push back into Kane's jungle. Should still be able to solo him unless he has his blue form. If he has blue form, it's gonna start to get a bit dicey. I'm gonna have to get some armor if he has blue form. With all the buffs Kane has received for getting his form faster, it's really just 1 or 2 successful ganks and he has it by this time. I'm gonna walk up, stare at point blank range under turret. It's actually best if you let Elise tank because she can use her E to drop turret aggro, which is really nice. So she can get right on top of them, snare them, QW, swap spider form, QW. We got the turret. Elise is probably the best champion at diving in all of League of Legends in terms of a jungler. Pre-6. Pre-6, her dives are pretty insane. Since she does have... Nice. And your E also has a lot of range. It's like a 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒 that... It may be even slightly longer than a 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒. You guys could double check that, but it is super, super long. So we acted like we were running away. We broke vision and we tossed it out, and luckily for us, he kind of went into it there. QW on the wolves, taking these away, and build up a CS lead on this guy. Go ahead and finish off the camp. I could leave one, but he's gonna rush out here anyway, so his blue buff, so they'll be down regardless. I'll go for that scuttle next, and then I'll push into my blue side and push into dragon. Could wait for Kane. He does have his second form though. It's a bit more scary. Alright, there he is. Yeah, he's top side. I don't really want to solo him right now. He actually has more items than me since I'm sitting on so much gold. I'll just push for dragon instead. Normally walk around in human form. That way you can stun people on command. You don't typically walk around in spider form because then you'll have to swap the human just to stun. Caitlyn is by herself. Very easy to solo. Bard may be here though. Yeah, he's here. I'm gonna have to hold on to my... There we go. Dude, Blue Kane's still over here. Oh wait, we killed him. Who killed him? I didn't even realize Blue Kane died. That's insane. I saw Blue Kane was over there. They killed Malzahar and then Blue Kane died. I don't know where he died. That's crazy. I used my flash over the wall for nothing. Very unfortunate. We'll go for Dragon next while Kane's still dead. We'll wipe it out really fast. Notice how when I gank bot, how I held on to my E for so long, even if you do end up missing it, holding onto it puts a lot of pressure on their movement, and it kind of forces them to, basically stops them from escaping because they're trying to juke essentially. So even by holding onto it, and even if you never use it, well obviously you should, but even if you never do, it still gives you value, rather than just throwing it out immediately and then them running away. We'll wait here. As long as I can come up behind them, it'll be a successful gank. If you both approach the bush, that makes it safe. Am I right? Swap back to spider form. Zyra's probably going to pinch that. Got him. I got my red buff on him. Yeah, my spider's going to finish him off. Kane's topside. I'm actually safe to stay here. If you look, Caitlyn's actually 5 seconds staggered, so she'll probably spawn in before the... She'll probably get the lane before Bard, especially if Bard takes detours, which is likely to happen. So I think we can stay and fly trap the Caitlyn. I think that's a decent option here. Especially if Zyra's gonna break that. I'll act like I'm leaving. Whenever you break wards, they give vision for anywhere from like 1 to 4 seconds. It's kind of random. Stay in spider form. Clear these out real fast. Especially once you're kind of fed. It's just easier to stay in spider form when you're fighting monster camp. Swap back to human. You really need to be in human to land that stun. Yep, Bard traveled mid. Just like I thought. Bard took a detour like most Bard players would do. I didn't need to use blue spike, I could just use my propel there. My E was still on cooldown. Kind of messed that up. I couldn't pinch him off. The minion wave got in the way. Alright. I didn't even see the Ahri, to be honest. That was really greedy of me. I could have just backed off. Moved back with my bot lane. To be fair, both my bot laners did have their Rs, but I was kind of out on my own attacking the minions. It's whatever. I'm also sitting on a lot of gold. I'll take responsibility for it. It's my bad. Go ahead, finish. I'll get my Morello here. I guess buy it outright. I hadn't even started with the purchase. They have enough healing to justify it. If they don't have enough healing to justify it, you'll usually just get Oblivion Orb, and then you'll go for Leandries. But they have enough healing to justify, and now I'll go for my Leandries. We're super, super fed, dude. We have CS lead on the Kayn. We have a kill lead, and they don't really have any tools to deal with me. The only way they could have possibly dealt with me is if Garen was fed, but we got Tryndamere that double kill early to where Garen, he doesn't have the gold, so he won't be an issue. If you look at their team, they have 4 squishies. Elise is very good against squishies. Almost, oh, what's a good example? Yeah, just kind of like an AP Jarvan. Jarvan can one-shot squishy, so can Elise. Since they have 4 of them, we will do pretty well even here in the late game. Normally, Elise falls off by the 30-minute mark, which is usually pretty useless, but not in this game. Kane's top side, he's tilted. I'm going to take his red buff. We're going to keep getting the dragons. Once we have Dragon Soul, it doesn't matter. If we're playing a 50-minute long game, we'll still win. Tryndamere's fed. Super balanced champion, by the way. I don't think... For solo queue, Tryndamere's not balanced, but in general, he is balanced. It's just... If you're playing against an autofill top laner, or if your jungler gives you 1 gank, Tryndamere just 1v9s the whole game. It's pretty disgusting. He's only bad if he never gets a gank, or if he's in a bad matchup and never really gets a chance to get a CS lead. But his CS is pretty high here. Everyone wants one of these, apparently. Everyone wants a piece. We'll hang out. Kane's still top side. Pretty sure this isn't worded. I can wait for the Bard. He's gonna run through. Oh, cool. It's worded. I'm gonna have to run away now. Oh, never mind. They didn't pressure me. That's fine. Kane's still top side. Dragon's coming up. I'll just stay bot side. I don't need to push out top. Just play around the dragons. Try not to solo dragon typically before you're level 5 on Elise. If you're doing it before level 5, it's gonna take a bit too long. And if it is an AoE dragon like Flame Drake or Earth Drake, it's harder to use your spiderlings because it will AoE pretty much one-shot them. So if you are trying to solo a dragon early on, it's easier if it's an ocean or a wind dragon typically. Like this Earth Drake, for example, it's going to kill all my spiderlings, so I need to tank it. It was going to kill the spiderlings and all the plants all at once. Earth and Flame Drake are AoE. Gonna move back in here. Bushes are your best friend on Elise. It's almost like using a Fiddle R with your E. If it lands, you land WQ for free, and then you swap forms and land. Oh, that was my bad. I was guessing the way she was going to move when she saw me, but she didn't move forward. She just ended up running backwards, which is more of the predictable movement. I just assumed she was going to try to juke me out. I would appreciate if he didn't take my camps. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. I don't know where Kayn is. There he is. I do have a bit of HP. I don't think he could really one-shot me right now. He doesn't have the damage for it. We have 3 dragons. We have Dragon Soul opportunity here in 4 minutes. Really good spot to be in. They're all huddling under turrets. No way we can take Baron right now, so I'm just chilling. I could be farming up my own camps. We have the lead though. My teammates are down here to where I'm pushing the enemy's jungle, trying to clear out vision. Trying to take a few camps if I can. Also, if I land a stun, I can absolutely destroy them. Nearly killed her. Unfortunately, Kayn was sitting right on top of her. Kind of unfortunate. We'll go back to farming until the next dragon, the Dragon Soul. Enemies are playing super passive. It's making it a little bit challenging. You do have the option of going for Merc Treads or going for Tabbies on Elise jungle. The enemy team has a pretty good mix of AP and AD. For example, Blue Kayn's passive does some AP damage. Quite a bit, actually. Ahri does AP damage. Bard does AP damage. So, me going Tabbies, not ideal. And if I were to go for Merc Treads, obviously, Kayn does a lot of physical. Caitlyn's physical. Garen's mostly physical. I'm pretty much all physical, except for, like, if you went Sunfire or the Thornmail when I'm hitting that. So, if there is no good option between Tabbies or Merc Treads, if their damage type is super mixed, then a lot of the times you'll just be going Sork Shoes on Elise or sometimes the Mobies. I'm honestly not a huge fan of Mobies on Elise. Like, if the ganks are super free, then yeah, it's good, but if the ganks aren't super free, then it's pretty shitty. So we'll just farm it up for now. We'll let Tryndamere split push. Realistically, our comp, we really shouldn't be doing a lot of team fighting. Zyra and MF have a lot of wave clear combined. And they both have defensive ultimates. Zyra ults and MF ults aren't really offensive ults. If you use them out raw, they don't land. They're best used defending. Like if the enemy's engaged, then you use them kind of thing. Counter punch. So best off just letting Tryndamere split push. No one can match him. We can take Dragon Soul. Game's over at that point. That's what I plan on doing here. Just keep farming it up, playing it safe, keeping an eye on the minimap. Kitten's over here. Ahri's over there. Red buff's coming up. I'm assuming several of them are going to go to that. Most likely Caitlyn into Kayn. If I can see Kayn go top, then I can push in for this. I'm going to assume Kayn is on that right now, and then maybe he might come to his golems afterwards. Oh, his golems are down, unfortunately, so this plan is botched. I don't see Kayn over here, though, so I don't want to go for it right now. I don't know where he's at. Oh, there he is. I'll wait for the Caitlyn. Blue Smiter. That sucks. I missed my cocoon. Got her. I missed my cocoon again, but Elise Q was a massive dash. Oh, you got me. Even if you're in your E, Kayn ult will kill you. That sucks. If he didn't have his R, I think we would have actually killed him there, because I took off his shield with my blue smite. And then I was going to cocoon him, but his R dodged my cocoon. Yeah, so Elise's Q is a massive dash on her spider form. As you can see, that circle size, it's roughly twice the range of a Warwick Q. So whenever Warwick bites you with his Q, this is roughly twice the range. This also drags you to them as well. Very, very strong. Your W is just an attack speed up. It's good for breaking turrets. It's good for just farming in general, 1v1s. So everything. Your repel, like we talked about, you can go to plants with it. You can go over walls with it to get to camps. Typically, whenever you go over walls, though, you're doing it to survive. You're not using it to necessarily farm faster. If you don't know where the enemy jungler is, by putting your E on cooldown, it's very greedy. It's almost the equivalent of using your E on Graves when farming. It's just long cooldown. It's not worth it. Dragon is up. This is our Dragon Soul. It's our time to shine, baby. Let's go get it. Go ahead and grab blue buff first. It's on the way. There, Garen's dead. Tryndamere applying pressure. We're still in our time window to grab this. Malzar's trying to solo Kayn. I don't know how that's going to pan out. I think he's going to get him, actually. I think Malzahar got the kill. Nice. Nice. Okay, we get Dragon. Very cool. Push back out onto the map. even though we have a bunch of deaths by going after dragons consistently, like even if we just stop playing the game right now, our team could probably win with the Dragon Soul. Now, granted, Earth is the second weakest Dragon Soul, Wind being the weakest, but still, having Dragon Soul is huge. And my stun, QW, easy, easy, lemon squeezy. And here we have Bard. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do. The game's over. We have Dragon Soul. Even if this went to the 40-minute mark, we'd still win. Our comp's strong enough. Plus, they have nothing to really match a Tryndamere. And that's GG, guys. If you enjoyed this Elise jungle guide, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.